Let's go into the paper review now. Let's see the headlines and see what the headlines are across Nigeria today. I have with me in the studio our regulars. Dr. Dayo Kayode is here with me in the studio, as well as Sijibomi Adebiyi-Benet. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Great,
Good to
great.
see you.
All right, let's begin with the national economy. National economy says 190 million Nigerians not captured in national health insurance scheme. 190 million Nigerians not captured in a national health insurance scheme. 80% registration target unmet 21 years after. Wow, okay. Has some other riders there. Okay, that's national economy. Business Day is next. It says Nigeria's economy growth still far from reducing poverty. Nigeria's economic growth still far from reducing poverty. Okay, Business Day. Daily Times is next. It says, again, resident doctors begin nationwide strike today. Again, resident doctors begin nationwide strike today. Lagos government urges the resident doctors to shelve their strike. Okay, all right. We may talk about this. From there, let's go to Leadership newspaper. Leadership says uncertainty over fate of PIB Electoral Act Amendment Bill. Uncertainty over fate of PIB Electoral Act Amendment Bill. National Assembly yet to transmit bills to the president. Okay, we're cleaning up bills, say the lawmakers. Okay, we're cleaning them up because I think they were dusty, kind of. So, all right, that's leadership. First News is next. It says Igboho out of trouble gets Benin Republic asylum. An investigation is revealing this now. Sunday Igboho out of trouble gets Benin Republic asylum. Okay, that's First News. Blueprint newspaper that now focuses on hush puppy FBI indictment. It says anxiety as PSC suspends Kyari, DIG heads probe panel. All right, as the Police Service Commission, PSC's Police Service Commission, Mieti Allah tackles northern elders over silence, accuses FBI of conniving with southern leaders, and nothing should happen to Kyari. Arewa youth warn. All right, these are all on the front page of the Blueprint newspaper. All right, we could look at this if time permits us. Indictment on the News Direct. News Direct is next, and it says it's focusing on the indictment. Is that federal government should hand over Abba Kyari to FBI. There's PDP saying this. IG orders suspension, sets up 4-man special investigation panel, and the Attorney General of the Federation possesses exclusive rights to oblige extradition request. Ozekome is explaining here. Okay, all right, let's see how this goes. Nigeria Tribune is next. 4-man panel begins probe as police commission suspends Kyari. Due process must be followed. Falano is saying this. Police on trial, lawyers say. Okay. From there, let's go to Daily Sun. Daily Sun says 2023 presidency, Atiku begins consultations as David Mark's group moves to check Rivers governor's influence. All right, let's, that's Daily Sun. This day is next. How Malami Buni defied Oshibajo's directive to stop APC congresses. All right, how Malami Buni defied Oshibajo's directive to stop APC congresses. Stakeholders canvass a reinstatement of dissolved National Working Committee without Oshomole. All right, different writers there on the front page of the This Day newspaper. Now let's go to the Nation newspaper. APC PDP sink deeper into crisis ahead 2023 elections. Governors to decide Secondo's fate next week. Keyamo Ogala insists on Buni's exit. All right, that's the Nation newspaper. From there, let's go to the Punch. The Punch says is focusing on parallel congresses. APC threatens to expel, suspend Oshun, Kwara, Delta, others errant members. Okay, we will not tolerate parallel congresses. divisive activities in any state chapter, declares the APC. We'll take our results to Abuja, Arigbosola's group. All right, it's been back and forth on the political scene since. From there, let's go to the Vanguard newspaper. World Congresses is the focus here. Cracks in the APC widen. Stakeholders in fight to finish in states as crisis rock party in Delta, Akwa Ibom, Ekiti, Kano, Osun, Kwara, and Lagos. All right, that's the Vanguard newspaper. Then Daily Trust is the last one we're looking at now. Ali Kachala unveiling the Zamfara terror kingpin who downed a Nigeria Air Force jet. His rise and exploits treat them as terrorists. Experts saying this, how they can be tackled. Security analysts saying this. Remember, Ali Kachala was a Nigerian citizen who used to, for reports, used to sell weapons to criminals and all of that, and was arrested at the time. And I have with me Dr. Dayo Kayode with me, as well as Sijibomi Adebiyi-Benet. Now let's start with this very trendy story about Hush Puppy and Abekari, the allegations and all of that. I know you guys have been following this development, and to extradite or not to extradite, all of that is there. But the police has suspended Abekari through the processes to give room for investigation. Sijibomi, let me start with you on this. What do you make of what you are seeing or watching over what's going on?
For me, it's just depicts the what do you call, the nature of the Nigerian polity and society. I asked myself the question somebody asked on the platform yesterday. So why is it that every time that our supposed star guys always end up in controversy? So, and like Edward Deming said, that if majority of the people act in a particular way majority of the times, the problem is not the people, the problem is the structure. So I believe that the way our country is reflective in different ways that the citizens and live, and different aspects of the polity. I was not surprised, because if you have been following the man, he has really tried for the country in terms of tackling crime, but he has always been having baggages as well, or baggage as well. And why are we saying that? There are so many allegations, like one of our guests said the other time, so many allegations, and those allegations have never seen the light of day. The questions have not been really asked. And if you have followed the way these RRT and SARS guys have been operating, it's like they have a kind of fixated target on Forex and Yahoo boys. So if they are not targeting them or looking for them, then they are their beck and call. There are so many stories, there are so many reported cases. So if they are not trying to arrest them to extort them, then they are arresting them because that one has not played ball. So that's what I have to say.
Well, Dr. Kayode, I wonder what you make of this.
You see, going about all that have been imagined as regards this issue of Kyari, it has further exposed the travesty of our nation. I even start from the press. Travesty of our nation, I will start from the press. Is this what is supposed to flood the headlines? When you just read just now, as per the health insurance, that almost 180 million are yet to be registered.
Of course, you saw that.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
They're not picking that one as headlines.
No, but you saw that on the headlines
but
too.
it's not as pronounced on other papers.
The point there is,
the issue is we are not talking about our economy. It's all about Abba Kyari.
For the media, of course, everything happening will be put out there. That is why it was also on one of the headlines. You saw the issue of health insurance.
Aside from that,
what I'm saying is this:
the reputation of Nigeria is at stake.
What I'm saying is this: it is affecting, like you just said now, the reputation of Nigeria.
All right.
You can even see another one there. Some people giving him a kind of a solidarity. Should that be? I'm always saying diversity of a nation from different perspectives as regards this issue. You can see some people giving him solidarity. We have seen in this country whereby somebody who has been imprisoned because he had eaten people's money, billions of naira, came back from prison and he was still being raised up by the people. One even just happened yesterday on the particular platform, whereby someone who had been spending about 8 terms in the Senate,
5 times,
or 5 terms in the Senate, had collected almost probably I think 300 contracts from NDDC, and has collected money for over 100 of those things, and none of these things have been executed. And somebody is still citing that person. That is our leader. Is it because he's from this area and this person from another part of the country is? Do you understand? These are issues that Nigerians, and that is why till today, our so-called leaders, both economy, political, or whatever, they have not been sincere with us. Because at the end of the day, when they had suffered us, they will now bring in either a cultural dichotomy, religious dichotomy, or tribal dichotomy. And look at us. We start fighting ourselves here. I've seen situations whereby people are on a particular panel, and the panelists were fighting themselves on issues that doesn't even concern them. So these are issues we should learn from this. Abba Kyari has done this.
Allegedly.
I mean, I've been allegedly.
He's still.
Do you understand?
Innocent,
so why don't you allow the law to take its course? I mean, we saw it as a police officer, a seasoned police officer, and you are at a place where our naira is being bastardized, and you are standing there. You cannot even use style to leave the place. I mean, all these things are issues. Now, you have been alleged to have arrested somebody, even though you claim that you arrested him and you released him. Who has defrauded some other people? What is your concern about all that? How come these people is now saying he is using 300,000 naira to sew clothes? Seasoned officer who is supposed to be in uniform most of the time? Is this uniform you are sewing for 300,000? These are issues. Please, people should allow the law to take its course, rather than celebrating what is not supposed to be celebrated. To me, it's a negative news to the nation.
Oh. All right. The point there
imagine
is,
a whole senior. Then you cannot imagine the kind of officers that we have within the rank and file of not only police. To what extent are we doing due diligence before recruiting these people? Background checks.
all right. Now, that is not to say that the personality of the person in question has not also solved or helped to, inspire a lot of positives in the Nigerian.
In Yoruba, they say igbe tintin o ba jollof rice so wa na awuje.
When
you have very delicious plate of jollof rice, is that Nigeria jollof or Ghana jollof or whatever, when you have small piece of waste poo by the side of that plate, by the side of that plate, it has spoiled everything.
Even if you clean it up,
even if you clean it up, it cannot be the same again. So what are we saying that he has done this? No.
What's an analogy?
No. Will you be able to eat that jollof rice again? Whether Nigeria jollof or Ghana jollof or Liberia jollof.
One bad apple spoils the apple.
Yeah. Exactly. Thank you for borrowing me that.
That's the Ekiti version he just said.
Oh, I see. Oh, so that's specific from Ekiti. Oh, I see. Okay. Ekiti people will not agree with you. So
I'm a village man.
We are all from our villages. Okay. Wherever we are from, we refer to our villages, of course. So
just that we now get to Lagos, we now be posting.
Lagos is still someone's village. All right, now let's leave that issue now and delve into other issues that if you see the headlines, there are political issues, from across different states, and if you look at the headlines, The Nation, The Punch, The Vanguard newspaper, many of them talked about, even This Day newspaper as well, they talked about, and then The Sun, they all talked about different issues, the back and the forth. Recall that some of especially the ruling party has been, issues of congresses to hold, not to hold, the issue of the national chairman and all of that. But what I want to draw attention to is we've been through this thing over and over and over again since 1999. But I wonder why every time we are approaching a major general election, it seems like we're starting everything all over again. These are things that one would have thought you guys should know how to handle issues of congresses. You should know how to handle squabbles within the political party and all of that. Sijibomi, what do you make of this?
When the human factor is involved, and to be specific, the peculiar Nigerian factor, okay, then you get all these things.
So what you're saying is the Nigerian factor is always different from the regular normal factor.
Because like Lagbaja said, it's we before me. But in Nigeria, it's me or I before we. So many times you see all these politicians, no matter what happens, even if the ship will go under, they won't change their style if it doesn't benefit them, the individual or the cartel in charge. I'm just hoping, I'm praying that they continue along this pattern. I'm talking of both political parties now. Sometimes the emancipation of the people does not need to take a lot of violence, does not need to take end us or end party or end anybody. It will come from within, and the bubble will burst. Because I have not seen people as stubborn and as edgy as politicians in Nigeria. What the law says clearly, God just saved the ruling party from one judgment. It was 4-3. And it was just because the 7 justices agreed that you did not add or join Buni to that case. If they had joined Buni, the PDP would have taken Ondo State by now. Let them continue. This time around, it's not just Samfara. When it was Samfara, they wanted to break their heads on the wall. But let them continue. It will be the whole Nigeria. Everything you win, then the court will. Because Nigerians are watching. You've seen the sign. You've been warned. But because you want to be heady, you want to take charge of a party, it's happening in the other party. the PDP as well. So I'm just hoping that they should continue like an e-goat in that direction and be stubborn, so that the two of them, they will help us to get out of the mess they put us.
All right, Dr. Kayode, just in 1 minute because we have to leave.
You see, it is still diversity of a nation, whereby there are rules and regulations. Because some people feel that they are above the law, they can trample upon the law anyhow, they will just do it. Even if I were in that court, if I were one of the judges in that court, I will make sure that APC did not get that kind of judgment. Because the Constitution has stated it clearly.
Feeling or
the Constitution has stated it now. What should be? As Buni is a governor of a place, is an executive of a place, and it has the Constitution has stipulated that look, as the executive of a state or wherever, You cannot
be holding.
Do you
parallel.
understand? You cannot.
Yes.
Whether it's been added or not, I don't know why the judgment didn't go the way of PDP.
All right.
But the issue is, as we are saying, and like he said, we should learn from our mistakes.
All right.
Our nation should move forward.
Okay, we have to leave it here now due to time. Thank you so much, Dr. Dayo Kayode, for coming on the program.
My pleasure.
Sijibomi, thank you very much for coming as well.
The pleasure is mine.
Thank you.